The story begins with a boy who just woke up after seeing a bad dream, and he is seeing that bad dream daily. While walking to school, he saw a poster that said, "Seeking for tutor," and was also offering a good money per month. The boy looked around and then tore apart the paper. On the other hand, a young man started cursing the old man because he accidentally pushed the young man. When another man, who was wearing proper clothes like the one who works in a company, saw that, he advised them to stop fighting in public places. But the young man had a high temper, and because the company man tried to stop him, the young man hit the guy. At school, some girls were talking about the text they received. The text talked about the repeated disappearance of women in the area and advised girls to be cautious. Every student in the school received that text except Cian. He is practically invisible at this school and often gets bullied by other students. During the break, Cian was standing on the rooftop looking around. He saw that in the corner, a boy was bullying another boy because he didn't bring any cigarettes for him. The one who is getting beaten has lost his wallet, that's why he didn't have money to buy cigarettes. It turns out that Cian is the one who stole the wallet because the one who is getting beaten is also the one who often bullies Cian. Right then, Cian spotted the same company man who we saw earlier. This man is his dad. When dad saw his son, he didn't say anything, he just smiled and left. But when Cian saw his dad leaving, he thought, "You disgust me." The school where Cian goes is like a jungle. Student named Manny is a lion at the top of the food chain. The strongest of all who never looks at a guy like Cian. This student named Pan is like a wolf wandering by Manny's side. He doesn't directly bully Cian, but has the power to do so. At last, this student was named Bo. He is the only one who mostly bullies Cian. Bo is a coward who takes out his repressed urges on Cian because he's weaker than Bo. During the next break, Bo corners Cian because Bo thinks that Cian is the one who stole his wallet. Bo started beating him while accusing him of stealing his wallet. Cian kept on saying that he didn't do anything, but Bo kept on beating him. Bo beat him so much that he was about to pass out. Just before getting unconscious, he saw a girl who asked Bo to stop. The next moment, he woke up in a hospital bed. Immediately, a man came in and asked him what happened. The man told him that he was so severely injured that he almost died. The girl who saved him is the new transfer student. She called the ambulance and saved him. Her name is Kyun. She smiled and said that she is expecting him to repay for her help. Right then, the man received a phone call and he had to leave. When he left, Kyun told Cian that she didn't told the man what really happened to him, thinking that it's probably better to keep it secret. Then the man entered the room again and informed Cian that his father is almost here. Hearing that, Cian got really scared and angry at the same time. He immediately started shouting, asking Kyun to leave the room immediately. Hearing him shouting, Kyun angrily left the room. Immediately when she left, Cian asked the man to tell his dad not to come here. But it was too late, because when Cian looked outside the window, he saw that his dad was already here. His dad is a very good person, always helping the people in need. Just now he helped the old lady who was carrying some heavy things. Seeing his dad helping others, Cian thought, "You disgusting hypocrite." Some years back when Cian was just a kid, his dad attended the school as a special guest. The teacher asked the student to listen carefully to what Jean's dad had to say as he's here to talk about what is happiness. When Cian's dad entered the room, other students' parents started talking about his dad. They said that Cian's dad is a CEO of the G company. They said that Cian's dad is a very normal and decent guy, but his son, Cian, isn't like him. With that, Jean's father is about to start the lesson. He first introduced himself by telling his name is Dong-soo. First, he asked the students about what they think happiness is. Some said that happiness is making a lot of money, some said going to a good university, and some said becoming famous. But Cian didn't say anything. Hearing the answers, Dong-soo with a smile on his face said that those things can bring happiness, but there's always the danger that they'll have to compensate for them with something else. No students were able to understand what Dong-soo just said. So, he decided to explain in easy words. He said that his statement meant that they'll lose many things in order to become happy. There are things that one will lose if they become rich. There's things that a person will do if they earn respect. Dong-soo said that if someone earns something, he'll have to lose something else in return. Saying that, Dong-soo revealed that there are forms of happiness where one doesn't lose anything. When Dong-soo was about to say those things, Cian was wishing that his dad wouldn't say those things. He was expecting that his dad would say something terrible. But Dong-soo didn't say anything bad. He just said that the things that will give you happiness without losing something in return are kindness, service, and love. In the present, Dong-soo has reached the room where Cian is. Dong-soo thanked the man saying that he saved his son. But the man revealed that he wasn't the one who saved Sean, but the girl who just transferred to this school today is the one who saved him. With that, the man left the room asking Dong-soo to calm his son down because he's in shock. Then, Dong-soo slowly approached Seon, who was trying his best to not face his dad. When Dong-soo reached close to him, he took out the same paper that Seon torn apart while coming to the school. When Seon realized why his dad was here, he started remembering some old memories. He remembered the time when he had to smash his own tutor's head with a hammer. After making her unconscious, Seon dragged the tutor near a closet. Then, Seon went to the closet and pushed it away, revealing a hidden room door. While doing that, Seon was thinking about the forms of happiness where one doesn't lose anything. After fully revealing the door, Seon knocked on it. Immediately, his dad opened the door with a scary smile and a horror face. Dong-soo asked Seon if he had taken care of everything. With that, Dong-soo dragged the tutor's body inside the room that is filled with many different tools. In the present, Dong-soo asked Seon if he's the one who plucked out the paper from the pole. It turns out that Seon's dad, who always helps others and talks about kindness, is a murderer. The oldest thing that Seon remembers is waking up in the hospital when he was a kid. When he woke up in the hospital, he had already lost the use of one eye, and for him, it was hard to breathe and move around. Now, his one eye is made out of glass, and he had artificial valves in his head, and a lot of his joints have metal pins and plates in them. This makes Seon mostly a disabled child. He just heard that his mom died when he was really young. And to him, his dad was his only blood relative and refuge for his mind. But that refuge of mind only stayed with him until he discovered what he really was. Even though no one told him that killing others is bad, he knew instinctively that there's something wrong with what his dad is doing. But there was nothing he could do. When he first saw his dad dragging a dead body to the secret room, he could just puke. Seeing him puke, his dad didn't say anything to him. But he could sense what he wanted to say. He could sense his dad calling him useless. He could sense his dad telling that if he's not useful, he will die. Surprisingly, Seon stopped throwing up from that day onward. In the present, Seon got up with a smile and told his dad that he's not the one who threw away the poster. His dad immediately believed him and asked him if there's anyone in his mind nowadays. Seon just answered with no. Then his dad asked him again and also asked him to answer honestly. Seon finally answered that if he had to pick someone, he'll pick the guy from his class named Manny. Immediately, Dong-soo slapped Seon on the face and said that he's not asking for a guy but a girl. Seon remembered Kyun but refused to say her name and just answered that he doesn't have any in his mind. Hearing that, Dong-soo told him that while he was coming to his room, he saw a girl wearing the uniform of Seon's school. Seon was really shocked and asked him if she's his next that. Dong-soo answered that she looks like someone he knows. When Seon asked him who he's talking about, Dong-soo answered that the girl he saw at the entrance looked like Seon's mom. But when Seon remembered how his mom looked from the picture, he thought that Kyun and his mom are not a single bit alike. The Dong-soo asked him if she's the transfer student who saved him. Seon immediately answered with no. With that, Dong-soo said that he'll handle getting Seon checked out of hair, and told him that he can go home for today. Before leaving, Dong-soo said to Seon that tomorrow he has to find that girl. He gave all the information that he got with just one look at her. Dong-soo said that the girl has long black hair, height around 5.3 feet, and on her bag, she had a patch of some character with a red hood. And she had neat, brown shoes. This is all the information that Dong-soo was able to get by just looking at Kyun once. While walking away, Dong-soo asked Seon to tell him if he needs any money. When he left, Seon thought to himself, my dad is a murderer, and I am his accomplice. One day when Seon was just a little kid, he went to a random lady while crying, and said to her that he has lost his dad. Seeing the crying kid, the lady decided to help. But she didn't know that this would be her last act of kindness as Dong-soo was standing behind the wall, ready to kidnap the lady. On their way home, their car was stopped by some police officers. They are checking everyone around this area because many women are going missing around here. From the truck of the car, some bloodstains were dimly visible. The police officers stopped their car to check it, but Dong-soo said that his son is really sick and asked them to quickly check his car. When a police officer saw a little and very sick kid in the back seat of the car, he decided to let them go without checking their car. After successfully skipping the inspection of the police, Dong-soo asked Seon to take him out now. It turns out that to look sick, Seon had put a hot pad under his clothes. This is how Dong-soo used his child to kidnap and murder people. After that at home, Seon was thinking of ordering some workout accessories online. But when he was about to click the purchase, he decided to not do it because it can be dangerous if his father found out that he is working out. Instead of ordering things, he decided to do push-ups. Because the push-ups can be done without special equipment and doing push-ups doesn't leave any traces behind. After just doing some push-ups, Sean got really tired and sat near the wall. Suddenly the door opened and his dad entered the house. He got really scared because he can get caught as he just did push-ups and he's still tired. After entering when Dad didn't hear Sean saying hi to him, he said to Sean that he can't even say hi to his dad. So, Sean has to come out and meet him. At first, they both just stared at each other without saying anything. Suddenly, Sean let out a huff because he's really tired. Seeing that, Dong-soo got angry and asked him if he was working out. Sean smiled and answered, "Of course not." Then, Sean asked his dad what he had prepared for dinner. Dong-soo told him that tonight, there's a little party for Mi-kyung since she got a job. He told Seon that they'll be going out in a bit and asked him to get ready. When Seon guessed that his uncle would also be there, Dong-soo said that he's correct and asked to not make any mistake in front of his uncle. The next moment, they were at the party where Seon's uncle and their niece Mi-kyung was sitting. At first, Dong-soo praised his brother for working hard for the company, and then he congratulated Mi-kyung for getting a job in a big company. Dong-soo behaved like a normal father, joking around about his son and saying his son isn't good at studying and blah blah. Seon also plays along, joking around with his uncle and dad, and also talking like a mature boy as he's a really good actor. As Dong-soo's liver is not in good health, Mi-kyung asked him about his liver's condition. Dong-soo said that he's gotten completely healthy and told her that's been exercising regularly. Then, Mi-kyung faces towards Seon and guessed that now he's in the high school, he must have gotten stronger. Hearing her guess, uncles also said that the physical prime for guys starts in high school. Seon, with a smile, said that it's not true, and told them he hasn't gotten any stronger. He said this because he's having a bad feeling about this situation. So to check if that's really true, Uncle proposed that Seon and Dong-soo should do a father-son arm wrestling match. When Seon tried to refuse the challenge, the uncle said that a young man like his shouldn't back down from any challenge. In the end, he had no choice but to arm wrestle with his father. When the match started, both Dong-soo and Seon were holding on perfectly in the same position. When a few seconds passed, Seon started thinking that he wanted to get stronger. He thought that he wanted to at least win once from his killer father. Seeing how Seon is holding on, Dong-soo said with a creepy smile, "When did you get so strong?" Hearing that, Seon got really scared and eventually lost the match. After beating him, Dong-soo just said that Seon has a long way to go from beating him. Mi-kyung just praises Dong-soo and asks Jin that he should start working out from today. Seon knew that his father never thought of him as his son. His father always kept a close watch over him. His father's eyes on him were so strict that his father couldn't even drink a soda can without watching him. The moment Dong-soo feels that his son has become strong enough to pose a threat to him, he'll kill his own son without a second thought. Next day at school, while Seon was cleaning the classroom, he suddenly noticed something. He went out and saw that Bo is getting beaten by Pan while Manny is just sitting behind watching the scene. Pan is punishing Bo for beating Seon so severely that he was about to die. If he had died, Bo would have been in trouble, but it would have also spelled trouble for Pan and Manny. After some beating, Manny asked Pan to stop as he thinks that Bo has learned his lesson. Scared, Bo also swore that he will never make a mistake again and will never do anything without their permission. After hearing Bo's response, Manny looked toward the wall and called Seon. He didn't call Seon by his name, they always call him by the nickname that they gave him, and that nickname is Glassy Eye. Hearing the call, Seon immediately ran toward them without wasting a moment. But just after running a few feet, Seon is already tired. Seeing that, Manny realized that his heart is not so good. When Manny was about to tell him the reason for why they called him here, he realized that he didn't even know his name. So, he asked Pan, but Pan also didn't know. So, Pan asked Bo. Bo said that his name is Seon Jin. Hearing the name, Manny started laughing saying that his name is like some stupid anime character. After some laughing, Manny said to Seon that they have beaten the one who had beaten him yesterday. Then when he asked Seon about what happened yesterday, Seon acted like he didn't know. Seeing his acting, Manny immediately realized that Seon has no intention of snitching them to the teacher. But Manny refuses to end things just like this, so he asked Bo to kneel down and beg for Mr. Cool's forgiveness. He called Seon Mr. Cool here. Bo started to hesitate, because he didn't want to ask for forgiveness from the one who is weaker than him. So, Pan uses force and makes Bo kneel in front of Seon to ask for his forgiveness. Hearing the fake apology, Manny asked Bo to say it again. But as he said that, he looked toward Seon. He couldn't believe his eyes that Seon has an evil smirk on his face, like he is enjoying seeing Bo getting to his knees and asking for forgiveness. After that, when Sean left, Manny still couldn't believe what he saw. Seeing him making a serious face, Pan asked him if something was wrong. So, Manny asked Pan if he thinks the glass eye is afraid of them. Pan said that he's obviously afraid of them as there's no one in this school who is no. Then Pan asked him if the glass eye did something wrong. Manny didn't answer and just asked him to forget about it. While walking home, Sean thought that Manny, Pan, and Bo are stronger than him, but they don't have what it takes to make him scared. Because he's already living with a devil. On his way, he accidentally saw Kyun, and she also saw him. Immediately after seeing him, she called him, "You mean wimp." Kyun lives with her grandpa who is not mentally stable. But she never got angry at him or abandoned him, even though it is hard for her to take care of her mentally unstable grandpa. She still does her best to keep him happy. After preparing food for her grandpa, she left for school. Today is the first day of school and she's in a hurry because she's late. Even though the new school can be scary, she didn't get scared and decided to move on. But when she reached the school ground, the first thing she saw was a boy bullying another boy. Without wasting a moment, she ran to save the boy who was getting bullied. After saving him, she saw that he's unconscious and decided to check if his heart was still beating. But when she checked that, she heard a weird sound. In the present, Seon and Kyun were sitting together. Seon told her that he had an artificial valve which produces a weird sound. After learning about why she heard the strange sound, she then asked him why the idiot who was bullying him called him a glass eye. But Seon kept his mouth closed, and Kyun also didn't ask again after realizing that he didn't want to tell her. Seeing her eating a tub of ice cream, Seon asked him if she can really eat all that ice cream in today's really chilly weather. She answered with just a humph and then started shouting that if he thinks he can just repay the debt of her saving his life with just one tub of INE cream. She told him that he should be thanking her for letting off this easily. She also called him a cheapskate, saying that if one tub of ice cream is all he's worth. Then she put away all the jokes and asked him, what was that whole thing about, yesterday? Seon assumes that she is asking why Bo beat him, so he starts saying that Bo thought he took his wallet and that caused the misunderstanding. Immediately, she said that she's not talking about Bo but she's asking why he started shouting angrily, asking her to get out from the room at the hospital. When Seon didn't answer, Kyun guessed that he must hate his dad. Hearing that, Jin got really shocked. Seeing his reaction, Kyun was sure that Seon hated his dad. Even after learning that, she still asked him why he wanted to tell his dad not to come to the hospital. Even though he hates his dad, according to Kyun, this is still too much. She assumes and said that his dad must have been so worried about him on his way to the hospital. She wonders why he doesn't want to show his dad to her or the teacher. Asking that, Kyun remembers the time when her dad told her that he'll not be able to protect her anymore. He said while sitting on a wheelchair, and at that time Kyun was just a little kid. As Seon didn't want to reveal the truth, he just said that his dad is weird and he felt embarrassed showing his dad to anyone. Hearing that, Kyun dropped the spoon and angrily asked him to not talk bad about his own dad. She called him lucky and asked him to be nice to his dad from now on. While going home, Seon recalled Kyun's words about his dad. She told him that his dad must have been so worried about him on his way to this hospital. Thinking about that, he remembered how his dad slapped him in the hospital and smiled, calling Kyun noise. He said that she doesn't know anything. He thought that sometimes, there are outright harmful parents in the world. From the look of her, Seon assumed that she grew up in the nice, normal family. He questioned what gives her the right to tell him about his family when she doesn't know anything. At that moment, an old man standing in front of him intentionally said out loud that these days kids don't respect their elders. Hearing that, Seon looked the other side and thought that his own body isn't in great shape either. Just because he's young doesn't mean he's healthy. Old man doesn't stop there. He started blabbering that this is all the education system's fault. He said that kids go tutoring and memorize their stupid English vocab lists, but they don't know anything. The old man was about to talk further, but then Manny appeared beside him and put his arm around the old man's shoulder. Manny smiled at him and told him that he should think about his own matters before he starts flapping his month and mentions to him that this is a public place. Hearing that, the old man walked away saying kids these days have no manners. After the old man left, Manny said to Seon that unlike him, he has manners. Saying that, Manny kept on staring at Seon, because of which he was about to stand up. But Manny stopped him and told him that he always stands. Then, Manny asked Seon if that part of the Tower Plus complex across the building belonged to his dad. He also asked Seon if it's true that his dad's the CEO of the G Corporation. When Seon answered yes, Manny asked him if he knew that his dad business is his dad's competitor. Seon had no idea about this. Manny then points out that he didn't even notice because Cian's always curled. He tells him that for rich kids he's so weak. Cian hears that and tells him that that has nothing to do with him. Manny smiled and said that it does. He said that they're from the same class of family. So if Cian keeps walking around all droopy like that, it would affect the way Manny looked too. Suddenly, Manny asked him why he's so fearless. Even just now, he answered back to him. Manny asked him if he got something watching his back. Hearing that, Cian apologized and was about to say more, but Manny stopped him. He asked him to not be nervous when they're just two of them. When Manny called him a sneaky bastard, Cian said that he just doesn't talk much. Manny heard that and smirked, saying he talked back again. Then, Manny asked Cian if he had some free time. The next moment, Cian was at the gym with Manny. Manny was punching the sandbag while Cian was holding it in place. After some training, Manny sat on the bench to get some rest. He looked around the gym and wondered if this gym's going out of business. He said this because no one comes to this gym these days. Cian glanced at Manny and thought that his family's rich, he gets good grades, he's good at fighting. He thinks that Manny is a typical elite type. Although he's also a bully. After completing the workout, Manny and Cian was walking home. Manny mentions that he worked up a sweat today. He said that he should go get a drink. Cian was confused after hearing the word drink. Manny tells him that he's getting together with some chicks to give some fun, and asked Cian if he wants to come too. Cian immediately answered no, so Manny left him alone. While walking away, he tells Cian to not act like he knows him at school. If he does, Manny warns him that he'll kill him. Suddenly, Cian called Manny from behind and asked him to teach him. He said that he wants to get stronger too and asked Manny to teach him. Subscribe for more.